we have come here to the lotus feet of Srila Jagannath Babaji Maharaj ki. His title is Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Babaji Maharaj. Vaishnava Sarvabhauma means the prominent, most senior leader of all the Vaishnavas in Brajamandal, Gaudamandal and Keptamandal, Vrindavan, here Navadvip Dham and Jagannath Puri. In all the dhams he was respected as this supreme, most senior Vaishnava of his era. There were 4 dark periods in the history of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. The first one was before the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The second one was after the disappearance of the 6 Goswamis. The third one was after the disappearance of Narottam, Srinivas and Shyamananda. And then the 4th dark period came after the disappearance of Srila Vishwanath Thakur. At that time, Gaudiya Vaishnavism did not disappear, but according to the inspiration of the Supreme Lord, sometimes the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are Dostyanangi. That means they experience great bliss. Some of Dostyanangi, they experience great bliss in performing kirtan in the association of all the people. And some of Viviktanandi, that means they experience great bliss just being alone and absorbed in their nam-bhajan. So when the Bhajananandis become prominent, then some darkness comes in society, and when the Goswamis become prominent, then the whole society is illuminated again. But the pure bhakti is always flowing in this world, whether visible or not so visible. So we cannot judge the power of a Vaishnava by how many followers he has. But every member of our Sri Rupa Rupa Gaudiya Guru Parampara is empowered with the Krishna praying, just like a garland of flowers. If you remove one flower, then the garland is broken. So in the same way, without each and every acharya in our parampara, then the Shakti of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cannot descend to us in this world today. So we are dependent on everyone, whether they preach broadly or whether they were more private in their spiritual practice.
Каждый из наших представителей группы Парампары обладал Кришна-приемой и должен быть почитаем.
In our parampara, Sri Baladeva Debushan, he had a disciple named Uddhav Das.
У нашего молодого Витязушка был ученик под именем Будда Вадас.
And he had another disciple named Buddha.
У него, в свою очередь, тоже был ученик Будда Вадас.
And he had a disciple named Madhusudan Das Babaji. He was very famous doing bhajan, a famous Siddha Mahatma from Suryakund. And Srila Jagannath Babaji Maharaj received his Vesh, his Babaji Vesh, from Sri Madhusudan Das Babaji. He appeared in about 1770. No one knows exactly because there were no birth certificates in the village. And he was manifesting in this world until 1885. He was about 144 years old. So when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was a young Vaishnava and preaching here and there, one day he went to an all-night kirtan. It was Ekadasi, and the Vaishnavas would come here and have kirtan all night on Ekadasi. And there for the first time he had the darshan of Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. He was about 120 years old at the time. He used to be hunched over like this. His the eyebrows above his eyes were hanging down so far they hung over his eyes. So if you wanted to look at anything, grab it. Like he had a servant named Bihari. And he used to sit in a basket and Bihari used to put Babaji Maharaj on his head. So when he wanted to go anywhere on parikrama, when he was in his hundreds, they would just tell Bihari. Can you see? Yes, Bihari carrying Maharaj. But when it was time for kirtan, he would jump up. He was 6 feet tall. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, "Oh, I have never seen anything like this in my life. I went to that kirtan and I saw Babaji Maharaj for the first time." And when everyone was dancing, then Babaji Maharaj became like a lion in the kirtan. And he was calling, "Nitai ki naam nechire." What kind of name has Nityananda brought to this world? So it was the inspiration of Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj that inspired Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur to reveal the eternal Namahata of Nityananda. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, something happened that I had never seen before. Everyone was singing and dancing. It was a nice year. Kirtans are always nice. But then Babaji Maharaj, he just looked at everyone. And the Kripa Shakti came out from his eyes. And everyone became mad. They became completely intoxicated in Krishna praying. And the kirtan went to such a high level. Just by his Kripa Drishti, his merciful glance. So just like Srila Narottam Das Thakur said, Sri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamajana Bandhu Lokanath Lokara Jivana. What does it mean? Lokanath Lokara Jivana.
Локанат Локера Дживана поет, что нам что значит Локанат Локера Дживана?
It means that Lokanath Das Goswami, he was doing bhajan in Karivan, in Vrindavan, alone in the forest.
Значит, Локанат Госвами совершал Бхаджан в Кандирване.
Thakur out of Vrindavan to go to preach.
Maharaj поведал, как он отправился, на проповедь.
So wherever Srila Narottam Thakur went, thousands of people were inspired to sing and dance in kirtan.
Куда бы ни отправился Шрила Тхакур, побуждал тысячи людей петь и танцевать киртан.
Thousands of souls who were in a comatose state of Maya all became alive.
Души выходили из комы, которые поверхна Майя, и оживали.
But Srila Narottam Thakur understood, I am not doing this.
Моя заслуга в том, что эти души ожили.
When he saw his preaching was so successful everywhere, he realized this fact, that Lokanath Lokera Jivana, Lokanath Das Goswami is giving jivan to the loka, making everyone come alive. I am not doing it like Gurudev is doing. He's sitting alone somewhere chanting, but his power is coming and he's using it as an instrument.
Видел, что проповедь приводит к успеху, но он понимал, что заблуждение, что популярность, так как я оказываю влияние на душу, стал того, что Гурудева совершает свой баджан в Кандирване, вот так оживляет и души его. Типа, я инструмент в его руках.
One day, Bihari was carrying Jagannath's Babaji Maharaj on his head. And one man came along and he said, oh Maharaj, please accept this pranami, and gave him 1 rupee. And then Bihari continued. He was carrying Babaji Maharaj for about another kilometer. Jagannath's Babaji Maharaj said, oh, turn around and go back. Then he saw that man again and he said, look, you take this rupee. I cannot bear the weight of this rupee. I don't know how you bear the weight of so many. You He was so detached from this world. One time, he said, because he was old and his eyebrows were going over his eyes, he said, oh Bihari, please read to me Chaitanya Charitamrita. Bihari said, Gurudev, I never went to school, I don't know how to read. Srila Jagannath Babaji Maharaj said, pick up the Chaitanya Charitamrita and read. Agya Guru Nam Avicharniya. One should not deliberate on the order of Guru, just do it. And he picked up the Chaitanya Charitamrita and he looked at it and he could read and he began to read. So, Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangong Langaite given by the mercy of Sri Guru. A dumb person can become an eloquent speaker, and a lame person can cross over mountain ranges by the grip of Gurudev. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was on this side of the Ganga, staying in a dharmashala, and he looked across and he saw a great effulgent light rising up in Mayapur. Then he ordered some maps not from England, to come from the British Museum in London. All the old maps that have been collected from India many years before.
Заказал какой-то копии старой карты из географического музея, расположенного в Англии, древней карты Индии.
And he saw that that place there was called Mirpur in some old map.
И по картам увидел, что то место называется Мияпур на старых картах.
And in his trance he realized, oh, that's the birthplace of Mahaprabhu, Mayapur.
И в трансе понял, что это и есть месторождение Майя-Пандита.
But who will believe, who will listen to him?
Он думал, кто мне поверит на слово?
So he called all the senior Vaishnavas of the society together to come there with Kirtan, with Bihari, carrying Jagannath Babaji in a basket on his head.
Пригласил всех почтенных вайшнавов и Бихари принял Бабаджи Махараджа туда тоже
Babaji Maharaj is almost blind.
Бабаджи Махарадж почти был уже слеп.
But when he came to that place where the yoga pit is now, he jumped out of the basket and said, Jai Satchidananda, Jai Satchidananda. And Bihari said, I'll never forget that moment. Babaji Maharaj was in ecstasy and he took his walking stick and he stuck it in the ground. He said, this is the birthplace of Mahaprabhu. And then he walked a bit further with his stick. He said, this is the place of Srila Sangan. Oh, this is the place where the men of the Chankazi broke the Madangas. Oh, this is the house of Advaitacharya, and here is the house of Gadadhar Pandit. So then our Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, they developed all those places, and now God just done the parikrama to those places. So we are all indebted to Srila Jagannath Babaji Maharaj. Srila Jagannath Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Give your pranam, give some pranam for Maharaj's service here, and quickly with your time we'll return to the ghats. So everyone can rest up and have full energy for the last day. Tomorrow is the last day we'll complete the parikrama and return to the yoga pits. Hare Krishna. Shri Navadip Dhanam Parikrama ki jai.